after midnight, so I'm gonna whisper. In case you missed it, I collaborated with the Blue Man Group. I got to interview longtime creative director Dave Steele. Here's a look at our afternoon together beyond the official episode. So this is what we call 3rd Street. Oh my God.
It's different. Every time you walk in here, it's different. So believe it or not, right now, this is empty.
This is empty.
Every day, Blue Men are here, on our feet. We're always writing new stuff. You know, for every 100 pieces we do, we're lucky to get a current level, 1%.
So cool. Can we play something?
Sure.
I don't know. It's so loud.
Regional guys, Chris and Phil, you know, Chris was a drummer, so he's putting that discipline in there, but really it was about how to, you know, this character that can't speak, how's he going to communicate? You know, so the drums is really the language. This was a way to connect with the audience, you know, like thinking, trying to say something.
It's like a Morse code for Blue Man.
See the Blue Man throwing and catching.
Oh, this is the marshmallow. Oh my God. The gumballs. Do you remember like how that piece develops? Because
simply the guys were working at a catering company and bored and they just loved throwing grapes at each other. And catching it. So they got
I mean, it's fun. Yeah,
they got to be really good at it. The guys wanted to do stuff they wanted to make a theatrical show of doing things that you've never seen on stage before. So if it was something they'd seen before, they didn't do it. But they also harkened back to old forms of theater like vaudeville.
Right.
And vaudeville is just, you know, vaudeville's it's kind of lowbrow, but one of the chief things in vaudeville, one of the rules was always like, come right out and do something that no one in the audience could possibly do.
Yes.
You know, and that way you've hooked them and they're in. They're along for the ride.
I mean, it's certainly magical. It always when they catch all the gumball, like the marshmallows in the mouth, and then like spit it out on the. Is that the podium part too?
Yeah. In its time, it was a commentary on art and what is art. So the Blue Man's looking for connection, but the Blue Man's also looking for truth. You know, creative being of making art, but is art really? Is this art? Is this marshmallow sculpture art or spin art? Is that art? If it's worth $5,000, does that make it art? You know, or if it's worth nobody wants it, is it art? It's all about the context. You know, it's like a child could do that.
Yeah,
you basically spit your food out, or spin painting. You know, that's the whole idea too. It's like children's finger painting. But then Damien Hirst is selling his for like, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Why is his art and the kids' one isn't?
The beauty of the character being so universal, so simple, but so complex on the inside. Hearing the backstory from some of the guys about the like inner workings, what they're thinking about, just even picking up a gumball and like the significance of what that will be for the world, it just like blows my mind the like levels and levels there are to Blue Man. But like, you know, initial value too, you're just like, oh, this is so fun and family friendly and accessible. Like that's like what I strive for with my own creations.
Yeah. It's like, because the inner story is what makes the gravity to this character. He can't speak, he can't say what he means, and it's hard to see it in the eyes.
That's what it's cool about, like the drumming and this, and it goes beyond the simple action of it. It's so much more.
Well, it's also a celebration of just being alive. You know, it's life force. It's the creative impulse. It's like constantly wanting to connect and make creativity action. You know, and just seeing it in action. And it's also, I think, from what those guys came from, where a lot of us, you included, what resonates with them. It's like, I don't want to be in this box. I want to taste it all. I want to do it all. So, and you know, like a lot of our inspiration, it's like, oh my God. A lot of our inspiration comes from things you hear or you see, and then you turn it on its head and make it something else. You know, so back in the days of early DJ stuff, we loved scratching. You know? Just like that. But the Blue Man wouldn't go up to a turntable and just start scratching. It's going to be way more analog, way more tactile, way more something you walked in the hardware store and pulled this off a shelf and started somehow scratching me. So
I feel like it's like a Star Wars lightsaber or something. It's like, oh yeah. That would be dangerous. Can I touch this?
Yeah.
Help out. Grabbing something. High five. How come you're up there?
Originally, we weren't thinking about a show. Started making a show, then started bringing drums into it. And the show started getting bigger and bigger, became more like a little phenomenon. And before they had a band, they had drums weren't quite enough. It was like, now our shows are getting longer. Like, we need to make other music, but we're not musicians, so what are we going to do? We're drummers. So that's where the PVC pipes came along, because they needed to find a way for the drums to make a melody. And it was something that no one had seen before. So it wasn't like they invented tube.
No, yeah.
But it was definitely something that people really hadn't seen. And the aesthetic of being like, it looked like it came right out of a hardware store.
I paint my tubes red, and so people think it looks like organs inside. They're like spewing out, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's
Totally.
great that's exactly what I was striving for. Thank you.
You get me.
You got it. Yeah. The layers of that.
And that's I see the pipes over here. So this is the newest iteration. So it's funny. It's one of the oldest or most iconic Blue Man instruments.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So basically bass, treble, alto, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Alto. For a long time, it was half instrument, half prop in the show. So it was really designed to play specific pieces in the show. And after a while, we felt like, well, we want it to be an actual musical instrument. And to be an actual musical instrument, you need to have all the notes.
I don't know. This feels still like it's all over.
Yeah.
I don't think I
can.
Now I'm about to begin messing with the pipes, but let me tell you, their new layout is not easy.
I don't have a G sharp.
I can't play it any faster.
I wanted to try doing
I would do your first note, the octave up.
Eventually, I started to get the hang of it, but I wish I just had more time to jam on it like this. Be sure to check out Blue Man Group's channel for the next official episode on Thursday. And if you enjoyed this bootleg documentary video, leave me a comment sharing what resonated with you, and I can share more footage like this in next week's video.
That was something I wanted to